Hi, welcome. It's me, Laura. I have a what sold on Whatnot video for you today. Do I have my stats in front of me? No, but I think I kind of remember. I sold a total of 24 items today, $383 before fees. That should come to about $325 after fees. I think I had 12 buyers, pending order 14. 12 orders and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of my 12 buyers are new to me. Yay. So, all the usual. I sold some stuff that I've had in many shows. I sold things that I was probably feeling a little insecure about. It was good overall. I had a lot of people not necessarily make requests, but bid on things anyway. I don't think I had any pre-bids where people didn't request things today, so that didn't happen. I did have a good number of requests as well, so that was nice. So let's get into wrapping things up, because after I do all of this, realistically, I'm probably going to chill out for a little bit. But in theory, I have my lingerie show that I'm running tomorrow night. By the time you watch this video, it will already have happened. But I have so much work to prep for that. I do have all day tomorrow to prep for that also, but it would be really cool if one of these days I listed something on, I don't know, Etsy or eBay where things sell for more than $15 on occasion. So let's get into our Whatnot show though. Okay, nice to have a little reliable selling day once a week. Works for me. Okay, so my first package that I'm shipping up, and actually let me just make sure that we didn't separate anything out again. I think we're all good. Cool. All right. I guess I don't know where we were. I don't know how this defaults. Okay. Let's see. So my first package is new to me buyer. Purchased one item, and it is this very cool little blazer, and this sold for $20. Do you like how long it took me to make eye contact? Sorry. Just off in my own little world right now. So, all right, little blazer for $20. This had no tags on it. So I don't know what brand or anything, but it's very cute. Nice and lightweight. Really fun piece. I definitely like this kind of stuff. It reminds me of Contempo Casuals, but I don't think that it is. The tag was cut out, but even the part of the tag that remains, which is incredibly minimal, but I don't think it looks very Contempo Casuals-ish. My lint roller, what did I do with it? I made sure that here it is. Before I started this video, I was like, let me make sure my lint roller is accessible, because I'm gonna need it. And can I get this in the garbage can? I did. Oh my gosh, okay. A little bit, it's very unexciting lint rolling over here, but still, every now and then. Right. Okay, all right, not much going on. And I don't know if I have enough little bags today. I only brought the small bags over. I think I have one large bag. I really need more, probably large bags, but we'll figure it out as we go. They're buried under something, and I didn't want to take the time to dig them out before I did this video, and I should have, but I didn't. So I'm going to grab this IKEA bag. Normally, I just kind of throw everything off to the side, but I'm going to actually put it in a bag so that I can take it over to my shipping station when we're all done. You won't be here for that. That's okay. Next, I have a new to me buyer. She purchased one item, and it was, where do we go? It's this. I think I got this through a Facebook Marketplace collection. So I listed this for $5. It's a vintage boys pajama top. So it's like this like cheap 70s, like velour fleece kind of fabric. It's very specific to like 70s pajamas. And so I listed this for $5, which is what it sold at, but that's cool. Maybe it'll be a good experience for her. Maybe she'll come to future shows. We'll see. If nothing else, I sold this cute little top. Gets to go to a new home. So this is the kind of thing, like I wouldn't have picked this up necessarily at a thrift store. I mean, aesthetically, I would have, I like it, but I do think that it's, because of the fabric and stuff, I probably would have passed it up. Or maybe I would have picked it up specifically for Whatnot if it was like $1, you know, but it's not something I would have picked up for Etsy. I think y'all might realize by now that when I say Etsy, I mean all of the other platforms. So just Etsy, I consider kind of my main. I don't know why. I think it's just like like eBay. eBay is good, but it's just like I consider Etsy to like be my, defines me more. You know, eBay is like, can be really good, very consistent, reliable, get decent money for stuff, but it's more like the pool of personalities in there is just a little crazy sometimes. Etsy is a little bit more my people, so to speak. So let's see. All right, next is another new to me buyer who purchased 2 items. I don't know what I'm doing here. 2 items. And the first is this. This cutie has been in so many shows, been in a bunch of shows, took out of a bunch of shows, put it back into a bunch of shows. This sold for, I'm gonna guess $10. Yes, $10. So just a little golden purple Lorex top. I think it's really adorable. I was kind of surprised that it hadn't been selling, but finally here we go. And especially once I modeled it, like I had it in a bunch of shows where it was just on a dress form, but then I added it back in modeled and still wasn't selling, but she finally gets to go to her new home today. I think I thrifted that. I don't remember. It's been a while. And then the second item that this buyer purchased, where is it? No. Here we go. Is this top. This came from the Vintage Stylist lady. Seems to be handmade. It's really cute. And I listed this also at 10, and that is what this sold for. So yay. 2 cute little tops that she gets. There we go. Okay. So far, my smaller bags are serving me well. I'm doing okay. All right, let's see. Here we go. All right. Next up, new to me buyer, purchased 1 item. Love this piece so much. 90s rayon floral dress, right? Gorgeous. Love it. I have to do up some buttons on here because it's got 800 bajillion, and I want it to look nice when she opens it. So let's see. So adventures in Whatnot prepping. I was up until 2 a.m. That was super fun. I mean, I was up probably until like 1 or 1:30 doing all the Whatnot stuff, but then I had all the dishes to do afterwards and had to do the whole kitchen cleanup. So I did that. And then finally, by the time I like settled down and everything, went to sleep at 2 o'clock. Then I woke up this morning and I had to like finish prepping, renumbering all the items and importing the items from previous shows, blah, blah, blah. I had a couple of pieces that needed repair before I could put them in the show. So, you know, a lot of times it's just minor, like a popped seam has to be fixed, etc. I have 1 item that I'm still gonna have to fix the popped seam on because I didn't get to it. There was a really cute sweater dress that had 4 little buttons on the shoulder. And one of them was missing, and not only was it missing, but the spot where the button had been was a hole. So it's like somebody like really ripped the button out of there. So I was like, okay, so I this morning sew up the little hole, get it all closed up. Not the prettiest, but it's functional, right? Then I hunt for a button to match because, of course, do I have an exact match for a plain black button? No, but I found something that was close enough. So I'm lining all the buttons up to make sure that I have it in the right spot, that it's like in the middle of the buttonhole and aligned with the other buttons. I have the positioning correct. I go to unbutton the thing again so that I can access it more easily. And one of the other buttons pops off. And I'm like, oh, so annoying. I'm going to have to sew that back on. So I then start contemplating Am I going to put the old button at the back or the new, whatever? And as I'm trying to figure out where I want to put like the mismatched button, if I want to put it in the second buttonhole that's now popped off, I touch that second buttonhole where the button popped off, and that spot is also now a hole. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So then one of the third buttons, I tug it a little bit, comes off, hole. So I don't know if it's the thread or if the buttons themselves are somehow degrading, although they don't seem to be. Like plastic can degrade and like affect other things. So anyway, all that seems fine. But at this point now I'm like, well, now I need to replace all 4 buttons or at least repair, whatever. Like now it's a big project. So I have to like take this dress out of the show. So I do that, and then I made a last minute substitution, something else that I had from the Vintage Stylist. And that worked out because that sold, and it sold for a decent price. I think what I started it at, but it was still, you know, a nice price. But my gosh, like stuff like that, you know, just these last minute little things, and it wears me out. I do want to be at a point where my Whatnot shows are prepared a little bit more in advance, but I just, the way that I'm living and working in a space that is too small to be living and working in together, right, effectively. So, and until I make some changes to that, this is the mode I'm in. So next up is another Vintage Stylist lady dress. It's a cutie, right? It looks like an Indian cotton, but this is definitely like a 70s polyester, maybe nylon. It has a little belt, and this sold for $15. Very cute. Let's get this all, put these back here again. So anyway, all of that drama is going on. You know, all that was going on. Now I have to finish prepping for the lingerie show tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do this afternoon, honestly. Part of me, I don't think that I'll take any photos. To do Etsy and eBay listings, I need to take some photos. I tried taking photos yesterday, day before yesterday. I was trying to take photos and my stupid camera remote died. I think I told you that in the last video, but I did order another one. It did come pretty early yesterday. Like, you know, you get things like next day from Amazon, but usually next day means I get it at like 10 o'clock at night, but it came like early in the day. So thankfully I had it. I was able to bang out all my photos for today's show. That was great. But, you know, I've got this rack set up now in my photo area, and I'm going to need the rack for tomorrow night's show. And I think having it set up will help me organize the lingerie more easily too. Although I have to take pictures of that. Also, whatever. Figure it out. You don't need to hear me thought process all of that, but I think I'm just going to be prepping for tomorrow's show. I don't think I'm going to be doing any eBay or Etsy listing today or tomorrow. All right. But we'll see. I'd really like to. I guess I could. Whatever. You know, I'm still thought processing. You don't need to hear it. All right. Let's see. All right. Next is another repeat buyer for me. Has been very regular in my shows recently. Bought 6 items today, totaling $100. So let's go through it. First is this adorable little pink square dance dress that I got from Vintage Stylist Lady. This sold for 15 bucks. I don't think that I had anything get multiple bids today. I think everything that I had in the show sold for the price that I started it at, which, as we know, is fine because I chose the starting price. So that's good. Let's see. That. Okay. Not the best fold job. Sorry, forgive me. I think she will. Next is this dress that I also needed to do a repair on. So this dress had been repaired by somebody who, whatever. It was like A for effort kind of repair, you know, but I undid that and redid it. It was just a popped seam, but they re-sewed it like it was incredibly visible. I don't know. It was nuts. I don't think they really knew how to do any kind of seam repairs or anything. Anyway, this, really cute, came from Vintage Stylist Lady, and this sold for 20 bucks, which I think is what I listed it at, and I think I listed it at that because I love it. I think it's amazing. And I don't believe that there was any bidding action on that. I could be mistaken, but I don't think so. Let's see. see, does my Whatnot, will it tell me? Let's see. Order, view receipt, view original listing. Yeah, okay. I think I did start it at 20. Uh-oh. I can view the original listing, but apparently it takes me out of my shipping page, so that's annoying. Anyway, we won't probably be doing that too frequently then. Pull that up. Okay, next she got this cute little Reebok t-shirt. It does have 2 little stains on it. They're pretty light. I did disclose them, obviously. I haven't tried to get them out because I bought this yesterday. And, you know, so we'll see. But it's a really cute little t-shirt. Even with the stains there, they're not that dark. So, let's see. Yep. Cute little that. And that, I feel like was 10, 15. I think it was, oh, right, because I paid $5 for that. So that's why I listed it at 15. Like, ideally, that would have been a $10 Whatnot listing, but I paid a little bit too much for it. I keep a little graphic pulled up on my computer when I'm doing my Whatnot pricing, and I just show myself, like, if I charge $5, this is about how much I get after fees. So, like, and it's not 100% accurate because, of course, depending on how much the buyer paid in tax and shipping, my like PayPal fees fluctuate a little bit based on those things. The actual Whatnot 8% fees are always the same. But because PayPal also charges the fees based on the shipping price and sales tax, things can fluctuate. But basically on a $5 sale, I get about $4 after fees. A $10 sale, about $8 after fees. A $15 sale, I get about $12 after fees. $20, I get about $17 after fees, and a $40 sale, I get about $35 after fees. And I based that, I just took those, I had looked at actual Whatnot sales and kind of like, especially for the $5, $10, $15 ones, I looked at a few sales and kind of said like, okay, these are approximately what I'm making. So I keep that pulled up just as like an easier reminder, because I know, like, I paid $5 for this. So if I had listed this for 10, that means that I would have gotten like $3 off of this, and just not worth it, you know? So, because on a $10 sale, I get about $8 after fees, minus the $5 that I paid, the $3, right? Don't feel like you needed me to do that math for you, and yet there I am. Next item that this lovely repeat buyer purchased is this really cute sweater. I love this. And I want to say 15. Let's see. 20. This was 20. Again, I'm sure it was 20 because I paid more for this sweater. A lot of the things I got yesterday were not on sale. So they were higher ticket prices for me, which meant that some of these are higher, higher starts on Whatnot. So, but this sweater is really cute, and I think it's super fun. And again, I am aware that this person is a reseller. She buys, I would say, like 5 to 6 pieces from me every week. So, I mean, number one, I'm assuming she's a reseller. If she's buying it all for her personal wardrobe, she's got a banging wardrobe, which I think she probably does. I do think she gets a lot for herself because I think she's a smaller size and she does get a lot of smaller sized pieces. But, you know, she's also a reseller. Next, she got these really cute little gaucho pants. I love these. Look at that, like, feather print. Isn't that so cute? And 15? These were 15. Yep. So, adorbs. Let's see. I would really love, like, I would love to do something on Whatnot to do like a buyer, not just buyer appreciation, but like for buyers like her, where she's like consistently coming into my shows and buying a lot of stuff every week. I would love to do like a coupon or something, but it's just hard because my profit margins are so bottom dollar as it is that it's hard to, like, you know, offer a coupon or something to make it even more bottom dollar. This skirt sold for 15. This is her as well. That's the final piece that she bought. So you know, maybe I could do something where it's like I don't remember. Whatnot's done a lot with coupons and shipping options and things like that. So I already have it set where my buyers pay a maximum of $8.77 in shipping, but I don't really have to put money out for shipping the majority of the time. $8.77 covers up to 5 pounds. So every now and then there will be a little bit of an overage, but like I'm usually not even paying out as much as $5 in a single show. But I don't know if they do anything where I can do like, I can choose to offer free shipping to all my buyers. I don't want to do that. That's a lot. But I don't know if there's like a coupon where I can offer one person free shipping. They may have worked that in. I'm not positive. I'll have to see. Like I would love to do that for her 1 week maybe. It seems small, but you know, again, it's hard. My profit margins are pretty small as it is. Next is a repeat buyer who purchased one item. These really cute little shorts. These are like those new old stock, sort of pin-up-y style, but these are a Bermuda length. These did fit me well. I did consider keeping them. These are polyester. I just don't see myself wearing them. What is happening over here? I think I got a little schmutzy on these. I'll fix it. It just needs like a damp cloth, but oh no. Making a mess over here. Okay, we'll hold off on these. We'll put these on the side for now. Those sold for 10 bucks. Next is a new to me buyer. She purchased 2 items. First is this. I've had this in a few shows. I don't know why. I love it. But again, I think I don't really get that Y2K crowd. Those aren't my people on Whatnot generally. So I still love this and would have picked it up again because I would love to list it elsewhere as well. So this sold for 15. So that was exciting. Let me fold that up pretty. So I love this. I have a really cute mesh top that I recently got that I was going to put on Whatnot, but it's a little more valuable. So I'm just putting it directly to Etsy. The second item that she purchased was this floral skirt. Another Y2K cutie, also sold for 15 bucks. So that's nice. All right, let's see. I came up with a new business idea during my show that I am not going to engage in because I can barely get my stuff that I'm supposed to do already together half the time. But there are so many companies like vintage tags that are so adorable, right? This is one of them. This is what made me think of it. That like, I feel like they should just have t-shirts made out of them, right? Like that's so cute. There actually is somebody, Contempo Casuals, I feel like I've talked about this before, but Contempo Casuals has really cute tags, but one of the tags that they have is like a sort of a cartoon drawing of a lady's face. So these, you know, dramatically made up eyes with the eyelashes and like red lips. And I don't remember if there's some hair or something. So it's just like the eyes, the lips, maybe the hair. And someone on Etsy has an account that's got, I mean, other types of stuff too, but they've stuck that Contempo Casuals logo on like a tote bag and t-shirts and stuff. It's really cute. So it's a fun idea. I think it would be super, super cute. Like there was other tags that I was really enjoying today. Oh, like this one. This didn't sell, by the way, but like, right? Like, look at that tag. That's just amazing. Like, I don't know, stick that on a t-shirt. Like, is that ridiculous? Maybe. It might be. And then there's more. There's more, but we're not going to get into it. So, okay. That was that buyer. My next buyer purchased one item. She is a repeat buyer. She got this dress for $15. So really cute little, you know, rayon, soft, secretary-ish dress. Very cute. Let's move you over here. Talking to my lint roller, which I'm assuming you all do. Talking to my lint roller. Here we go. Is this the only? Yeah, this is the only thing she purchased. Okay, bag this up. Okay, here we go. That was a lot of dead air. Not uncomfortable at all. Not awkward. All right, next is a repeat buyer who purchased 3 items for me today. Okay. And I'm not gonna hang them because one of the items she purchased does need a little seam pop fixed up, but we'll bag that afterwards. The first item she got is this dress, which is another tag that I want to put on a t-shirt. Look at this. How cute is that? So adorable. This dress, I feel like it's sold for $15. $15. And let's see. So my total payout on this was $13. I think that my estimate on a $15 item is $12. So in this case, you can see $13.03 is my payout for this particular piece. And so that's nice, a little bit higher than my normal estimate. So I don't remember how much I paid for this dress, but whatever I paid for it, I felt like $15 was enough to start it at. So I'm assuming $5 or less, maybe $6, but you know. All right, got that dress. And then let's see, the second item she purchased from me. I just said I wasn't going to do this and fold them up, and yet here I am. Whatever, it's okay. This I got from Vintage Stylist Lady. I love this, like super heavy embroidery. It's so pretty. This sold for, I want to say 20, yes. And on that I made $17.41, and I've estimated a $20 sale to get me $17. I did round numbers when I put together my little sale number estimate because I'm not trying to make myself absolutely bonkers. So that's in the vicinity. So like I said, I got this from Vintage Stylist Lady. So hold on, there's some like fuzziness on this. So while I'm unfuzzing this, I've mentioned before that I'm in some reseller groups on Facebook. And to be honest, I'm not sure how much value I get out of them at this point in my reselling journey. I used to get journey. I just said reselling journey. I used to get a lot more value out of the groups when I was, you know, a little bit more green in my reselling. But at this point, I kind of, you know, don't need the groups for their knowledge. Every now and then you'll hear about a glitch, or somebody will write about a new policy that I didn't really pay attention to, you know, things like that. But for the most part, I'm probably not really getting much value out of them. And a lot of the people who post in them are so freaking negative and toxic. It's really hard to watch. There is value in that because it gives you a greater understanding of why some customers come at you like guns blazing, ready to fight. And you're like, oh, chill out. And then you're like, oh, because this is what you're used to dealing with. So I guess I get it. So it's useful in that respect. Anyway, the Whatnot reseller group that I'm in, it's a huge group. I feel like it's got like 30,000 something. I forget how many people. Tens of thousands, whatever. There's a lot of people who complain about things as a buyer in that group. I think there's a lot of people in the group that are just straight up buyers and that are not selling on Whatnot. I don't know why they joined a group called Whatnot for Resellers, but they have, and the admins are fine with that type of content being posted, and so, you know, it's group guidelines and whatever. But also there are a ton of new Whatnotters, right? Hold please. Third item that this person purchased, and this is the thing, it needs a little seam pop repaired, is this little jumpsuit. This is an old Anne Klein. The tags were mostly cut off. It had enough of a remnant that I could tell it was Anne Klein. But there's a little, like, tiny little repair I need to make on the side, so I'm gonna hold that off. This sold for, I think, 15 bucks. Let's see. Oh, this sold for 18. So when I said I didn't get any bids, I mean, you know, I didn't get multiple bidding things, I was incorrect because this had more than one person. I would have started this at 15, but it got bid up to 18. So yay for me, but we'll get those together in a little bit. All right, my next buyer, I haven't forgotten about my story, I'm working on it. My next buyer purchased 2 items from me. It is a repeat buyer. The first thing that she got was this dress, which has been in a whole bunch of shows. As you can see, it was number 92 today, which means it started off as 1 through 30 and then got slowly pushed all the way up to 92. So that was really nice that got requested. So let's get that folded up. I feel like it sold for 15. This also came from Vintage Stylist Lady, and this sold for 20. So maybe it didn't come from Stylist Lady. Maybe it, I forget. Anyway, so Whatnot Group. A lot of new Whatnotters. People just got approved to sell, or people who want to sell but haven't started yet, etc. And among the people who just got approved, there are so many people who come in there and they're like, oh, you know, I had my first show, or I did my first 3 shows, or whatever, you know, minimal number of shows. And they're like, nobody was in the room, or I had 3 people in the room, or I made 2 sales, whatever. Like, they're not happy with the results. And they want to know, how do I get more followers? How do I get more sales? How do I get more people to come to my shows? Do I have to pay to promote it? Can I, you know, like mass message everybody and all this stuff? And the reality is that they are looking for, like, what can I do today that my next show is going to be like everybody else's big money shows, right? And that's not a thing that really happens, you know. The second item that this person purchased was my replacement for this sweater dress that was falling apart with the buttons. It's this, it came from Vintage Stylist Lady, and this is a size large, and it's obviously adorable. So I charged 25 bucks for it, and I'm pretty sure that that's what that sold for. Yes, it sold for 25, so I was very excited about that. Anyway, people they want this, like, you know, I just started and my show didn't go well, and how can I make it like boom the next time? And I'm sure that there are people who blow up immediately, you know. And I think there are some situations that are easier than others. I think that, for example, my own, you know, success on Whatnot. And when I say success on Whatnot, you all hear me every single week talking about how much money I am not raking in the dough. You know, I'm averaging like $15 per item that I sell, right? Like, I think today's show literally averaged out to about $15 per item after fees as the money that I take home. And that's before my cost of goods. You know what I'm saying? So I'm obviously not like, you know, whatever. Some people would not consider this successful. I am happy with these results, but even with that, like, I have been pretty consistent throughout my Whatnot career. I probably started off with, like, right now, if I make over 300 bucks in a show, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm sure that at one point, I was more like, oh, if I make over 200, I'm pretty happy. You know, like, it's crept up a little bit over time, and that's good. But, you know, I'm not making $2,000 in an hour. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I had an advantage because the women's vintage clothing category was never very saturated. I think it's still pretty unsaturated. I don't know if this will fit in this bag. So I think I have an advantage because of my category. But, you know, I got as successful as I did, partially just through consistency, which I think is hysterical for me to say out loud because I historically am not necessarily a consistent person. But also, like, early on in my Whatnot, it was a lot of networking, and I wasn't networking on purpose. I was just like in a little hyperfixation of like going to shows and watching other people and interacting and stuff. And that gets you attention, and that gets you followers, and people get to know who you are. So now I have some people who are aware of who I am from that time. All of these new buyers that I get every week, I don't know, maybe it's just that it works out well timing-wise for me. Maybe I'm consistent enough that Whatnot puts me forward in their algorithm. I'm not sure. But, you know, it certainly, I've been on Whatnot a year and a half, 2 years. I think maybe longer. I don't know, whatever, somewhere in there, right? It's a long, slow road. And anything that you're trying to do where it's like, how do I blow up in a week or whatever, it's not a sustainable thing. It's probably not going to work. Like, a lot of sellers like to send shows and messages. And if I get a show in messages from somebody who has bought from me before, maybe somebody that I've interacted with before and stuff, like, I kind of leave it alone. But that doesn't draw me into a show. And Whatnot sends so many notifications as it is. Like, to me, that's spam, right? Just getting like blind, like, here, come to this show, right? That's not an attractive marketing technique, in my opinion. And there are a lot of people who feel the same way. There are people who will report those people. I will report them if it's somebody that, like the other day, somebody sent me a show in the women's contemporary category. Like, I literally don't think I've ever even gone into a women's contemporary clothing show. It was not somebody who follows me. It's not somebody that I follow. Like, they just literally blind sent me a show. And I'm like, come on, you know. I don't feel like tactics like that are effective. I think that there may be people who will be like, oh, cool, let me see, right? But in general, I don't think that's a good way to try and market yourself. Like, unfortunately, like most things, the stuff that works is, the networking really does work, but it sucks your whole fucking life away because you're just spending all day on Whatnot. And you can't just like go into a show and just sit there. You have to go into a show and chat and interact. And some people will see your username, and then, you know, and especially if somebody else, like one of the moderators in a lot of shows, I don't mind saying her username here. Her name is Pizzy on Whatnot, and she moderates for like so many people. So like, if I go into a show and she knows who I am and she's like, oh, hey, Laura, you know, other people may say like, oh, Pizzy knows who this is. Let me go see if she has stuff that I would be interested in, right? So things like that can happen, but it takes a lot of work. You're basically spending all your time on Whatnot networking with people. If you want Whatnot to be your main gig, that's great. I got to a point where I can't do that because I need to do other things with my life besides sit there and watch Whatnot all day. And I can't do Whatnot and do something else at the same time. It's not like, sometimes when I'm setting up my Whatnot shows, I'll pop into other people's shows. Like, that's nice. But let's see. Okay. Let me get onto this last package. Hey, we're up to the last one because I've been talking so much. Sorry. 3 items. This dress, this was in a whole bunch of shows. And then I took it out because I was going to list it on Etsy, and I just never got around to photographing or drafting it. So today I stuck it back in because I needed a couple of extra items for the show. And it sold. Yay. This sold for $15. So that's good. It's adorable. I think it's really cute. Let's fold this up. But yeah, these, I just noticed, you know, like when I'm in this Whatnot reseller groups, and some of the things that are, I don't want to say triggering me, but, you know, some of the people in there talking about like cold messaging. How else are people supposed to market their shows? That's not, you're supposed to market your shows in ways that take a lot of time and effort that you don't want to explain. You're supposed to market your shows on Instagram. You're supposed to market your shows on Facebook, on TikTok, on your social media. A lot of people don't have a big social media following, and I understand that that's hard. I don't have a big social media following. I do not, I think honestly, the most social media result that I get for my Whatnot shows is probably from YouTube, because I talk about Whatnot so much. And even then, I don't think it's all that much. You know, I have in my show descriptions, my YouTube description for each video, I have the little link that says, you know, come join me on Whatnot and, you know, get $15 credit if you've never shopped on Whatnot before, right? That's a thing that's on there, and that's very normal. Meaning like everybody has that like referral link thing, right? And I think that in my entire time on Whatnot, I have had like, if you sign up and you get $15 to shop with, I get like $5 once you've purchased your first item from Whatnot. I think I've gotten a total of I mean, less than $50 in credit over the whole, probably more like $30 in credit. Like, I don't get a ton of people signing up, but you know, I've had a couple of people mention interactions and stuff when they're in my Whatnot show that they recognize me from whatever, YouTube, maybe Depop, stuff like that. It's very small. I don't know that I get many referrals from my Instagram. My Instagram, I have like 4,000 followers on Instagram, and most of those are from many years ago. I don't, you know, it's hard. I don't put in the time to market well on that. Like, my engagement on Whatnot is really because of whatever previous networking I was doing on Whatnot, probably, maybe a little from this YouTube, but just people finding me through the Whatnot shopping category. And I think that a lot of that is because the women's vintage category is not super saturated. The women's Y2K, probably more saturated, but women's true vintage, it's just an underrepresented community, I think. And I get decent inventory. Like, I'm just fortunate in that I have access to pretty good inventory also. So let's see, the next item that this person purchased was this. Also came from Vintage Stylist Lady, and I sold it for 20 bucks. So cute. So, you know, unfortunately, marketing for your Whatnot show, and I say that like if you all are trying to do that, I don't know how many of you actually are trying to sell on Whatnot, but it's not quick and easy. Like, there's not a quick and easy solution to that. And honestly, I don't ever pay for promotion or advertisement really on any of the platforms that I sell on because I don't find it to be beneficial. I already pay fees. That is supposed to be what the fees are for, in part, is the marketing that that company does to bring buyers into the platform. And I do find, I used to pay for some promoted listings on Etsy. The promoted listings did not get me more sales, but when I stopped promoting my listings, my sales drastically dropped for like 3 months. I did it 2 different times. Both times my sales dropped for like 3 months it took for them to recover. So I don't engage in that stuff anymore because I feel like it's just another way for the platform to get your money. I don't think it really, some people swear by it. I think it works for certain categories. If you're on eBay and you're selling like iPhone chargers and stuff, you know, yeah, probably promoted listings are going to benefit you. If you're selling one of a kind, unusual vintage pieces, promoted listings aren't, you know, somebody's either going to fit the dress or they're not. They're either looking for a 70s disco dress in a size extra small or they're not, you know, like it's not, you know, I don't know. So I don't promote on most places. I think that the platforms like punish you when you stop doing it. And that's one of my biggest fears in trying it. So I will not begin doing it because I don't want to have that happen. So I don't know. Let's see, let me just button this up. I didn't show you this last dress. I half folded up already, that this person purchased. Hold on. Was this like seafoam green kind of 70s disco dress. So it's like a strappy tank dress that I already folded. And then it has this thing that goes over the top of it. So cute. And I sold this for $15. This also came from Vintage Stylist Lady. I don't know why I only put this up for $15, but that's okay. So let's see, let me fold that up. But that brings me to the end of all my little things. I need to get a second bag. I need to do this seam pop repair. And then those shorts had a little bit of schmutzy schmutz on them. I think it's probably some iced coffee from today that I have to like just wipe off of those. So that should be easy. Anyway, that's all my stuff that I have to bag up and ship. And I appreciate that y'all were listening to me prattle on endlessly. Hopefully I say stuff that's at least entertaining or useful, or maybe both if I'm really lucky. And I don't even know if y'all got all this audio because my microphone died. So that's fun. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. I'll see you soon. Just doing a little add-on here. I don't actually know what's going on with my mic. I thought that my mic battery died, And when the battery dies, it stops the sound. It doesn't like revert to the phone picking up the sound. But then I just checked the video and the sound is all still there. The mic was definitely off. So I don't know if it just wasn't connected the whole time. Weirdness with the mic. So if the audio sounds too far away or too soft, the mic just may not have been on, and I'm sorry about that. And that may have happened for my last video as well. I'm gonna have to do a little troubleshooting to see if my mics are still working or if there's some issue. Anyway, I apologize for that, but I don't know how effective my editing technique will be if I remember to do it, so I wanted to make sure that I recorded this to explain my little rant previously. Thanks so much for watching all of this. Again, I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks. See you soon. Bye.